Oh, what's up, everyone? Second Channel Ram back again with a new episode of Month of EVO. This is a series where we talk about one new fighting game per month, no, per day until EVO 2024. So, in today's episode, we will be talking about another 3-on-3 fighter, but probably just by us alone, I favored one. The King of Fighters 15.
KOF 15.
Now, for those of you who don't know, what is the King of Fighters 15? You may be wondering. Well, for starters, King of Fighters, or KOF, is kind of like a collab of a bunch of different SNK games. Different SNK characters are basically fighting each other. So, you get to choose 3 characters as a team, and you go and fight other opponents, the usual fighting game stuff, but they're all different SNK characters. They have some original characters, I think, and there's, like, Fatal Fury characters in there, which aren't specifically from KOF. There's other ones, there's, Psycho Soldier, I think it's called, also in there, yeah, all those different kind of SNK IPs are in there, so you all get to choose different ones, fight each other, all that stuff. So yeah, personally, I was introduced to this whole franchise like maybe 2-3 years ago. For starters, there was this collab in this one game I play, 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and they brought in 3 SNK characters. They brought in Kyo, Mai, and Athena, and Rugal. So, that's 4. So, they brought those 4 in randomly because it's originally an anime game, but they brought in these video game characters, so it was a bit weird. But, anyways, they came in, so I kind of knew they existed. I didn't know who they were. I didn't care about them at the time. But then I think this collab happened before Terry was announced as Smash. Either way, those are 2 signs of that IP. Fatal Fury, or not Fatal Fury. Well, SNK basically. So yeah, eventually they actually had a rerun, maybe two years ago, in Grand Cross, where they brought more of those characters in there, which was Ori and Terry. And then I was wondering, like, okay, am I dumb around here? Who are these characters? Like, clearly they're popular, they were in Smash, they're in this game. What's going on? For starters, after that, okay, let me continue. Then I played their mobile game, KOF All-Star. That's where I first heard of, that's the first KOF game I guess I played. Then I found out about all of them, I played the game. It's kind of like the Scroll Girls mobile game, gameplay-wise, stuff like that. So there's all these different SNK characters from all the different years, KOF 96 and all them. This game's mostly about KOF, so there's all that. So yeah, then I thought it was pretty interesting, and then I eventually found out there was a console, because I didn't know it was actually a fighting game. Like, at the time, the only thing I was really playing was, I just had started getting into Street Fighter, which was the first fighting game. So yeah, then I found KOF, and then the whole rabbit hole of me going to different games started. But so yeah, I found KOF through those, and then ever since I started liking it. So I guess Smash and that was a big influence. But yeah, speaking of which, I was literally playing Smash 3 days ago, so I literally have amiibos right here. So I have Ryu, and obviously a good option for this video, Terry. So yeah, I was just playing Smash and they were there. I just had them here. I just barely realized. But anyways, let's talk about the gameplay of KOF. So it's basically kind of like very similar to most other games. So you have your classic moves like quarter circle, half circle, charge. There's actually charge moves in this game. There's also Dragon Punch and all that generic like inputs to do moves. So there's nothing new there. But there's one huge difference that I've noticed from KOF that's different from the rest of other games I was playing. There's no mediums. There's light kick, light punch, heavy kick, heavy punch. There is no mediums. So that's a bit strange to me. Like, there's no mediums, which kind of threw me off because I've been playing Street Fighter a lot before I picked up KOF 15, and then when I got to this part of learning what the controls were for this, finding out there was no mediums kind of messed up my control layout. So let me just do a demonstration here. So for basically all the games I play, my lights on my controller here, so let me put this down, this is not even real. This is my Xbox controller. So these are my lights. The left trigger, left bumper. Then my mediums will usually be X and A, and then my heavies would be Y and B, and then light punch, medium, all that, like the 3 command would be these 2. So when I found out about KOF and all the mediums, stuff like that, that kind of messed it up. Like it kind of threw me off. I have to arrange it, stuff like that. So there is a button where you can for heavy and kick, heavy punch and heavy kick, which here would be okay. It's all scrambled a bit. Let me explain. So the command for your climax, I actually know the name of this one. So your climax or your big cinematic, you would go back, then half circle, and then you would hit heavy punch and heavy kick at the same time. Or there's a button for it. I don't remember what it was called, but there's a button where you just press it once. So you have a button for that, and then yeah. So this is also a 3-on-3 fighter, so you get to choose 3 different characters. But something about KO, as I noticed from Schoolgirls and NBC's Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, is that you can't really do much with your team members like tagging in and stuff. So you get basically 3 lives. Each life is a different character. So once you knock out somebody, then that other person switches out. Your characters regain some health, and it's like a whole new round once one person dies. So yeah, but you can't really do much. Like example, you can't have assist moves. Like they can't jump in and attack. You also can't switch out characters. At least I don't think so. So if you wanted to switch teammates mid battle to do something else, you can't really do that. But before fight, you get to choose the order of when they would appear. So like, if you want your best character to go last, you would put them last. If you want the best character to go first, you can put them first. So I guess that's kind of like justified for the fact that they don't have tag-ins. So if you want to tag in, they don't let you because you kind of chose the order they want them to show up. I don't know, but I feel like that's kind of a con because I feel like there's not much like as a team. You just have to be good with 3 characters, and yeah, you just have to be good with 3 characters because it can't assist them or anything. It doesn't matter if they have a good assist because it doesn't even exist. There is EX stuff in here I think you can do, so yeah, so like you can do more powerful moves like Street Fighter. You can use bar to get a powerful move on a base move. So that's what this has. There's also a max mode, which is like the X Factor from UMVC3, where you basically get a buff for a short amount of time, except you can use it in multiple rounds once it refills back. And also the meter goes up to. So here's a weird thing. So once you like lose a character, the amount of meter you get goes higher, I think. So the max, like if you're fighting and then you knock somebody out, but then they knock you out, when you second character goes in, instead of having a max of 3 meter, you get 4. And then when you eventually get to your okay, sorry. Once you get to your last character, if you get to there, you get a max meter of 5, or I think it's vice versa. No, it's like that. So the more characters you lose, the higher your meter goes up. So if you get a max meter of 3 and then you die, so then the meter carries over, I think, you get a max meter of 4, then that character dies, and it goes max meter of 5. Now nobody has level 5, so all the climaxes use up only 3 bars, so you can just use the other 2 for level 1s, stuff like that. I forgot to mention about the climax, but there's a command that I already just told you, so you go like that, then that. That's pretty universal, so every character has the same input for climax. So if you were to, I don't know, just want to play a random team and didn't know how to do it, it would be the same for everybody, so that's pretty cool. It's a pretty universal move. Like if you're trying to test out characters and want to use a climax, you don't have to check their move list because everybody has the same one. So that's pretty cool. Alright, next let's talk about visuals. KOF 15 looks pretty good. In comparison to how KOF 14 looked. So I haven't played KOF 14, but I've seen videos, clips. I've even seen it at the arcades. When I've gone to a few, it was there. And comparing it to KOF 14 and 15, KOF 15 surpasses it by a lot. It's a very good looking game compared to the previous one. Even just in general, it's just a very nice game. A lot of cool backgrounds. There's cutscenes of story mode that look pretty good. Look very good, drawn out, and it's just a good game overall. The cutscenes are very well animated. It's 3D cutscenes, so the models of the characters you play as are also the ones in the cutscenes. So that's pretty cool. I like that. That's also pretty unique because no other game I feel like does that, except Guilty Gear, sort of. But KOF 15 feel like does it the best for me. So that's a very good pro for me. But yeah. Now talking about modes, this game has kind of little modes, but the modes that it does have are very good. So there's arcade mode or story mode. I don't know which one's called. One of those two, where you choose either a random team of 3, whoever you want, and you go fight, or you can choose specific teams and you get lore, like story for them. So if you choose a story based team, you get special cutscenes. Okay, here's another good thing. So if you choose those specific teams, you even get special cutscenes, like I just said, but also 3D cutscenes. So like you get a lot more lore if you choose specific teams, and each character has their own like 3D cutscene. Each also, there's a lot to talk about here. If you choose specific teams and you fight against specific opponents, they will also have interactions 3D. So like they're using the heck out of their 3D models, so I really like that. Whereas you don't do that at any other game, just like Guilty Gear sort of, and Street Fighter 6 with like in World Tour, where like the story mode in this is like effort-wise is the best in my opinion out of any game we've touched on so far. So I really appreciate that. Each character has their own unique story, and the interactions are in 3D instead of cutscenes, like drawn-out cutscenes. So a lot more effort you can tell was put into that. So that's pretty cool. But also, like Skullgirls, everyone has like one eventual thing that happens to them. So the whole premise of KOF 15 is that there's a tournament, somebody's running it, and they want the best fighters. So if you choose a specific team, each team eventually wins. But at the end, you fight a boss from a different like dimension almost, and each team defeats it. And then afterwards, it tells them how their life is afterwards, after beating them. And for certain teams, you get 3D cutscenes about what happens after you beat them, so that's pretty cool as well. Those are like the main characters, kind of, so... You have your online mode, you also have your combo trials, you have training, you also have a gallery where you can see the cutscenes where you've already unlocked throughout the story. There's also, another cool thing, this is like World. They have a boss where you can, it's a really powerful boss that you don't normally fight in the story mode or anywhere else, and it's a 3v1, so it's a really powerful boss. So kind of like it was Marie 300% in Skullgirls. It's Rugal and Omega Rugal. Except you get to choose those 3 characters you do, so that's already a perk, and you get to choose 3. Where in Skullgirls you specifically get a specific one character. So yeah, I haven't beat him yet. He's pretty hard. I haven't tried him out, so that's kind of that. Though I've tried, I like, when I first got the game, that's kind of one of the first things I did. Just skimming through it, seeing what to do. And that was bad, so... But I did play Everybody's Story Mode on the main channel, so if you want to check out that series. I played Everybody's Story Mode, so... And I haven't played it... I hit all their story modes after I attempted the boss, so maybe I'll try again. See if I can beat him this time, but I don't know. I think you get a costume if you win. If you beat him? I'm not sure, I haven't beat him. But yeah. So there's one thing that the online ranking system works different than other games. So when you're trying to play ranked, the very first time, you have to obviously choose rank. You don't choose it, but you have to, for in this case in KOF 15, you have to fight a specific bots that get more difficult as you continue. So I kind of like that system better than how it is in Street Fighter 6's placement matches, where you basically already fight players and they could be really good already, and that kind of is an unfair advantage for you if you're starting off. So in KOF you fight a bunch of like CPUs, so it's kind of easier, but and more fair, I guess. Instead of fighting like someone like 5 people really strong and then win against one really weak person. So it kind of gets difficult, and see, oh, you can fight this guy? Okay, then fight this one, then fight this one, and fight this one. So yeah, I like that better than Street Fighter. It's just more organized and kind of more fair to get a good rank. So it's just me though. I don't know. I guess for pros that could kind of be like bad. Maybe you just want to fight real people and you could get a starting high rank really high. But I don't know. That's just me. Another thing I really like about KOF 15 is its music. So I've always bashed on Street Fighter 6's music these past few days, but it beats Street Fighter 6's music. It's like almost on par with Guilty Gear. Like they're on the same level. Like Street Fighter 6, it's probably like the low. We have Guilty Gear, KOF 15, Skullgirls, Street Fighter 6, and I guess Marvel at the bottom of Street Fighter. But yeah, I really like the music. There's like a lot of catchy bangers, and each team has their own theme, so that's cool. Like if you fight them, a team, they have their own theme, so that's very cool. Like at the top of my head right now, just thinking about it, like I'm kind of excited to this video just to listen to those songs. Like they're really good. I haven't played KOF 15 and since I ended that series on the main channel. But yeah, now there is DLC for this game. I know there's collab characters from Samurai Showdown, and there's also just other KOF characters mixed in there. And I would say that this DLC is kind of done, but apparently last month I think I was going to make a video on this, but I just didn't. KOF announced a announcement that they were gonna announce a special character to join KOF 15 at EVO this year. So I just remembered that, like, we're gonna get a cool announcement one of these days on EVO, because we're gonna get that KOF character added, and everybody thinks it's going to be a Street Fighter character because year 2 of Street Fighter announced KOF characters in there, and KOF announcing a special character for their game, so we could be getting a Street Fighter character. But realistically, I think personally it might be a City of the Wolves character because City of the Wolves is SNK's newest game, and it's gonna come out in 2025. They've been promoting the heck out of it recently. They've gave a few trailers during Summer Game Fest, so they're probably getting added character from there. That's my opinion though. So if we got a Street Fighter character, then I'd be really happy. Like if we're basically getting Capcom versus SNK all over again. I think KOF this game KOF 15 came out in March of 2022, if I'm correct. So it's a relatively new game. It's not that old. I think it's been at EVO since it came out. So 2022, 2023, and 2024. It's coming this year. So it's having a few years at EVO already. So yeah, and especially since it's gonna get updates, it's probably gonna be there next year. Though the rankings have been coming out, and KO 15 has like the least amount of people signed up for it, which is a little sad. But there's more popular games, I guess, so it's kind of fair. Now, the last thing I'm gonna say is one con that I really, really don't like about KOF 15 is its movement. So KOF 15 has a walking and running, I think. I really don't like it. Like, the movement is pretty bad. That's the reason I don't really grind out KOF 15 or try to play as much online, because I don't really mess with the movement. Like, the movement is pretty scuffed. Maybe it's just a skill issue to me, but I really don't like. You kind of have to double click, like double move your joystick to move sometimes. Like it's pretty bad. That's kind of the only thing I don't really play. That's why I don't really grind it as much, because it's kind of hard. It kind of ruins the whole experience for me. But again, it's just probably me. But that's the only really major con about I have KOF. I will say my main team though, when I eventually sometimes do play online, is Rugal, Ash, and Athena. Rugal's just broken. Ash is my favorite SNK character, and Athena's like second best favorite character. So it's just and they're all pretty good anyways, Ash and Athena. But yeah, that's just kind of who I use. A lot of bias in there, but still, they're pretty good. Ash is a charge character, so he's a bit tricky, but I still managed to use him. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up day 5, day 6. I think it's day 5. Yeah, it's day 5. Day 5 of month of EVO. If you have the currency, get KOF 15. It's not on sale. Unfortunately, one of the games that's not on sale on Steam's summer thing is KOF 15. I also would have copped it for my PC, but I don't have it. It's not on sale yet. It's on my Xbox, that's how I'm gonna get the footage and all that, but I don't have it on my PC yet, so yeah. You guys did enjoy today's day 5 of month of EVO. Like the video. Check out the series on the main channel if you want to. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 6 of month of EVO. Goodbye.